we got back from our 3,000-mile long trip to Florida last week, right, Brandi?
Yes, on Sunday.
I'm still a little tired.
Yes, and it's cold.
It is cold here in Connecticut. It was maybe 85 in Florida. Yeah. Jessica loved the weather. She got to go on the beach and Siesta Key. But it was a good road trip in the Model 3 Performance. Now, I just wanted to go over a couple of the things. Now, how comfortable was the Model 3 Highland Performance for the trip?
It was very comfortable.
Yeah, so you like the seats? You know, some people are worried about these new sport seats that they're not comfortable. But you didn't. You said they feel just fine.
I didn't notice any difference. I mean,
from the old Model 3.
Yeah, from the old Model 3. I did notice on the way back my neck was starting to hurt.
Oh yeah, so we did. So yeah, because you know it will throw you back when you step on it. So I did actually get some neck pillows for the Model 3 from Jowua, and I made a video with those. I'll put a picture of those up if anybody wants them, but they actually work really well, and I think we're going to use those on our future road trips.
Yes.
They fit right in this little gap right here where basically your head would get thrown back. But other than that, the seats are comfortable. They're ventilated, so you know they keep you cool, which is a big improvement over the old Model 3 Performance. Mm-hmm. All right, so another thing I want to talk about is safety. Now the Model 3 is rated as one of the safest cars by IIHS for like 3 years in a row. The Rivian's also the top rated safety truck, right?
Yes.
Like they've done all the crash testing. They're both super safe, but did you feel safe in the Tesla?
Well, I don't feel safe in a small car because
Okay.
I've had the Rivian now for 2 years. Being higher, I feel safer in that.
Higher up, you feel
Higher
safer.
up, I do. So I don't think, it's not that I didn't feel safe in the Tesla. I just didn't feel as safe as I would have in my truck.
In the Rivian. The
Yes.
Rivian you feel safe in because you're riding up higher. It's a 7,000-pound vehicle. It's going to win if it gets in an accident with just about anything else. So, but I mean, I felt really safe driving the Tesla. We had, a close call in Georgia where someone, was passing a semi, and I was able to see really well and get out of the way. I actually got into the breakdown lane so this guy could get squeezed past before the semi hit him. And I was just paying attention, watching all the mirrors and cameras, and I felt really safe that I can maneuver this thing quickly out of a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
So safety was good for me. Charging, what do you think about charging? Do we have any problem charging?
No, and I think I said this during our trip as well. This time you did the charging a little differently. You let it pick the charging spots, which I thought was much better.
Yes. We used the trip planner in the Tesla Nav to let it choose the supercharger locations. Previously, a lot of times we'll just say, we want to drive 150 miles because we know we'll want to use the bathrooms and get out and walk a little bit. And so we just pick a random supercharger, 250 kilowatt, Gen 3, usually. But this time we used the trip planner, and it did seem to be, a lot more efficient because it's looking at how busy the supercharger locations are, what your state of charge on arrival is going to be. And a couple times it rerouted us because, we're doing better than estimated. So it let us go a little bit further, or a couple times we bailed out early because we had to use the bathroom, right?
Yep.
Like that was the biggest thing on this trip. It's not the car. It was like our bladders and having to use the bathroom, and you're not going to stop at a rest area unless it has a supercharger, right? So you basically, you're always making it to a supercharger, so you may have to, hold it for a little bit longer than you would if you're driving a combustion car.
Yep.
So charging wasn't a problem. We used the IONNA Rechargery in Apex, North Carolina. That was really cool.
That was neat.
You went in and got some pastries for you and Jessica to eat, right?
Yep.
So that was really cool. We used that. No problem charging on the 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highland. But if you do have an older Tesla, like a 2018 Model 3, it probably won't work there because you need to have the CCS enabled on your car. You can get a retrofit from Tesla, but just be careful going to any of these other charge stations. on a, at a low state of charge. If you don't know for sure, you can charge there. So just look out for that. But other than that, the Rechargery worked great. It charged really fast. Used Apple Pay to initiate the charge, so you didn't need any app. And they even had a windshield washer dispenser there, so you could like fill up your washer reservoir again using Apple Pay. So that was cool. All right, so another one I want to talk about, parking and maneuverability. So on this trip, we're going into some bigger cities in Florida. We're going through New Jersey, New York, and I appreciate the smaller size of the Model 3 because you can, easily get through traffic with it. Has really good visibility. I know maybe too much for you because you can see like right everywhere out of the front of this car. Like you can't, the front of the car isn't blocking your line of sight. It's like a mid-engine sports car like the C8 where you can see pretty much everything out of the front. So it has really good sight lines. It's really maneuverable. And then when we got to some of our hotel destinations, it was easy to park also. Like there's parking garages, tight, some of them. And taking the Rivian into some of those situations, I think wouldn't have been so good. You'd be limited where you can park. Yeah. Driving around the beaches, it's really busy. And I think it was the better car to take for that.
No, I agree with that. I mean, I was hesitant. I wanted to take the Rivian, but for the reasons that you just explained, you wanted something that was smaller, so you could easily park.
Yes. So I thought it was good for that. And what about Autopilot? So I used Autopilot a little bit. You don't really let me use it, right?
I do not.
But I found it worked really well for us, like when there was traffic, like bumper to bumper traffic, which we didn't hit very often. Then I would use Autopilot and it worked great in those situations. It starts, it stops, it keeps a good distance from the car in front of you. And it's very natural now. It's not like really jerky. I know you might think it is, but most cases it's pretty natural.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not that it was bad per se. Like, I just don't like it because
you feel unsafe.
I feel unsafe.
Yeah, it's not for you yet. But I did use it like in the early morning sometimes. I noticed, it was really natural. There was a little bit of phantom braking, like just at dawn, like going under some bridges. I noticed when we were coming out of the Carolinas, I think, or Virginia. Little bit of phantom braking, but not much. It worked well. I was glad to have it. I basically only use it when there's like light traffic and, really nothing around that the car could get in trouble with, right?
Right.
And you still have to pay attention. Something could run out. It works great in most situations, but it's those edge cases where, something runs out in front of the car, the light changes to a certain level and it's going to have problems. So it's not like magical. You have to still supervise it for sure. But I do appreciate having it as a no-cost option on this Model 3. All right, so there's our trip. Like we got back safe. It was very comfortable and easy to do.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to add? Like, would you want to take another trip in this car, or do you want to take the Rivian on the next trip?
I want to take the Rivian on the next trip.
So maybe we'll do some camping pretty soon in the Rivian. We'll do a longer road trip in that. Maybe not longer than this one, but we'll see. All right, remember to like and subscribe for more videos about Tesla, Rivian, Wi-Fi, and tech products. Say bye, Jessica.
Are you coming? Going to say bye? No.